Opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or messages posted in chat are strictly their own personal views and do not reflect the views of Bolin Services, Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit organization, nor does it reflect the views of the sponsors of this program. Political commentary, if any, are strictly personal opinions and should not be construed as endorsements of or opposition to any political party, candidate, or voter initiative by Bolin Services, Inc. This audio-visual presentation is copyrighted by Kenneth W. Bolin. No rebroadcast, retransmission, simulcast, or other distribution of this video or the audio associated with it is permitted without the express written permission of Kenneth W. Bolin. All original content on this presentation is owned in full and solely by Kenneth W. Bolin.
Warning, the following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the Story Time with Dutch Mantel.
Does anybody read script better than John Cena Senior? Was that great or what?
Certainly better than the first guy.
Well, the first guy. Where'd we get him at?
I think we found him on the street.
I think we're getting what we paid for. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
My table is my sound okay?
Your sound is.
You're not echoing. You're not echoing for a change.
Damn near bolt this fucking out.
All right.
Go ahead, Bob.
Enough of this crap. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special night tonight.
The serious show tonight.
I'm going to play a little message from Eunice before we get started.
Yeah, well, we're raising money here for a reason tonight. Eunice's
Yes.
mother had a stroke recently at like the age of 38 or 39, and they are desperately needing help. So they will be the focus of the show tonight of what we're raising money for. We got 2 or 3 other families needing some help too, but top priority is Eunice's mother and her. They need medication and treatment and therapy for her mom, who had a stroke at the age of 38, just as she was getting her stuff together. And I'll go more into that story a little bit later, but here's some words from Eunice for those of you that would be kind enough to.
Guys, especially to you, Dad and Sir Bob. I would like to ask some help for my mom's condition because she's not feeling well. We need some help. We need to buy her the medicine as soon as possible. And that's all. A little bit of help will be a big help for us. Thank you so much, you guys, for your understanding. Once again, this is Eunice. I love you all, guys. Bye. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we wanted to bring her on live, but she does not have a good enough internet connection, so she.
Yeah, the school does not have Wi-Fi, and it kills me to see her like that.
Were you guys hearing that okay?
It's very
No, her audio was the shits, but it was the best we could do under short notice. Yeah, the audio was the shits, but I think everybody gets the point. But that's not normally that kid. She's normally very happy, very chipper, comes on here, sings songs every now and then. But they need some help, and we're going to do everything we can to give them some. And I said, well, who better to help us out, Bob, than the man that we got in the green room here?
Well, let's
why don't we give him a bit of an introduction here, and let's bring him in here and see if we can get some help.
Folks, this is a man who needs no introduction, and so as a result of that, we're not going to give him one. This is Glenn Gilberti, the Disco Inferno. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's Disco.
Howdy.
Might have been the shittiest introduction that any star ever got.
He needs no introduction.
He doesn't need one, so he ain't getting one.
It's like Howard Finkel and Michael Buffer did the opposite of what they would sound like. That was just to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, Disco, you're in the little box right now for a reason. And yeah, we're bringing you on here to help us raise money for Eunice's family tonight. Her mother had a stroke at the 38 or 39. She's not very old. As we know, Jerry the King Lawler, my hero in wrestling, has gone through that recently, and it affects your life dramatically. But all that aside, you have been ambushed tonight. You've been bamboozled. I have brought you in here because I know how you are. I know who you are. You know who I am. And I want to ask you some serious questions. This is the talk. This is the talk of the political world. This is everybody's talking about it. Everybody wants answers. Everybody wants to know what's going on. It's been all over the news. Democrats, Republicans, everybody in on it. Everybody wanting to know about it. Everybody wanting to talk about it. And I knew the only way I could get you to answer me straight is to trick you and get you on this show to where I could confront you with this big question. Take a damn good look at that shirt. And I want to know, and all Republicans want to know, and Democrats want to know, and all the fans out there want to know, why did you never come out to KC and the Sunshine Band when your name is Disco Inferno and Harry Wayne Casey was the king of disco? Why did you never come out to KC and the Sunshine Band songs when you were Disco Inferno? That's what everybody wants to know. That's the talk.
I would have done it. I would have come out to Casey's songs. I would have come out to a different disco song every week.
Yeah. Well, that would have been good.
But it's like you got to pay for all that. You know what the funny thing is?
You wouldn't have had to pay for it. Ted Turner would have had to pay for it. And he had the money.
Those cost a fortune. No, they don't. Did you know that some of those old 70s songs became public domain?
I don't know how far back it goes because we still get copyright notices.
Oh, you do?
But we can give Disco my box now.
All this old 70s music public domain. I thought they were talking about that a couple of years ago, and I thought it was like a done deal.
I thought the artist had at least 30 years before it falls into that.
At least 30.
I mean, how many years? This is like almost 50 years.
Oh, hell yeah. 1974 is when KC first came out, and then 76, 75, 76 is when That's the Way I Like It, Get Down Tonight, I'm Your Boogeyman. What I would have loved to have seen one time, man, you still look great. Look at that hair. Look, me and you. Now, I assume you're younger than me. I'm 60. I'll be 66 in March. You're fairly younger than me, right?
Right.
Well, what's the number, asshole?
I'm 57.
57. You are right, sir.
He is answering the question correctly.
I am dramatically younger than you. You are correct.
Yeah.
And, but the hair's still looking good. I mean, you could come out. You're still in great shape. I would have liked to have seen you come out.
Work out hard, yeah.
I would have liked to have seen you come out with the Boogeyman to I'm Your Boogeyman, with you teaching Boogeyman how to dance all the way to the ring. That's money right there.
Yeah.
You're not going to disagree with me on that, are you?
No, I'm not.
And I would have liked to have seen you come to the ring to let me get the logo in here. KC and the Sunshine Band. I also have a KB and the Moonshine Band, but I thought it'd be appropriate with you on tonight to wear the logo of the King of Disco, Harry Wayne Casey from Hialeah, Florida, by the way. You come to the ring to get down tonight, dancing your fucking ass off.
Right.
But when you win your match, you leave. So that's the way. I like it. Because you just won the match.
You have entrance music, and then you have
entrance music when you win.
Winning music when you leave, and then losing a different song.
I wonder if Casey had a song. Now, if anybody would know, I would be the one. If Casey had a song about cheating, if Disco lost, he could have Casey sing some cheating song.
I was cheated on, yeah.
Yeah, I was cheated on. Yeah, that would be good. TC's in the house. Jazzy Jana from Louisiana is in the house. Was very excited. Matter of fact, Disco, tonight we have some executives and as they refer to themselves, peons at PayPal that are watching the show tonight because I have a meeting with PayPal coming up on Wednesday. Who like what we do on our show? They like what we do. They love seeing their QR code up there in the corner, and Bob has got the nice little logo because PayPal is the preferred payment donation option that we have here on the show. Because if you donate as a friend or a family, then there's no fees. Now we have also up there Venmo and Cash App. There's no fees there either. The QR code is a 501c3 corporate account that PayPal set up for me for 501c3 not-for-profit organization. That's where the QR code goes. There is a little bit of a fee over there. That's fine. If you feel safer, feel better doing it that way, that's fine too. But if you want no fees, you can still support the old ways that you always have, and then we just transfer it to the corporate account. I just told PayPal how I get around paying their fees, but hey, we're all crooks over here, right?
Don't watch that part of the show.
Don't watch that part. Don't watch that. This is live. This is a live show. I don't know how we edit it out. But hello to PayPal. Hello to my good friend Jaden Drago, who's watching the show. Hello to Jordy, who is a fan of the show, watches from time to time, and any corporate executives from PayPal that are watching the show tonight. We appreciate you tuning in. And they were all excited to hear about Disco Inferno. And also Blaze Pizza, who I was at Sunday. Jay over there is a huge Disco Inferno fan. He's a big OVW fan. He used to go to all the shows back in the old days. He lives down in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. And when he found out Disco Inferno was on the show tonight, he said, who? No. He was very excited that Disco was going to be on the show tonight. So shout out to Jay if you're watching the show tonight over at Blaze Pizza. Shout out to Michael over at Arby's. And I got to thank Disco for this. Disco turned me and my son on to and then he told us about a sandwich. He turned us on to remember the sandwich, Disco? Would you like to do the plug for Arby's? All the protein in a particular sandwich you told us about?
The Market Fresh Turkey Sub.
Market Fresh Turkey. Oh my God, that thing! I get it.
Market Fresh Turkey Sandwich. Yeah, Turkey Club. Excuse me.
Yeah, the turkey. So I get that every time I go because it is so damn good.
It is good.
So much protein. 75. I get them to double the meat, and it's like 80 grams of protein.
Right.
In the double, and I eat half of it when I'm there, and I eat the other half later that evening or the next day.
Smart.
And they also got the Philly sandwich over there that's very good. We also have Five Guys with us. Five Guys. I know their manager's watching tonight. Shout out to Five Guys Burgers and Fries. They are very good as well. We go there across the river every couple of weeks. Blaze Pizza, a new sponsor, just came aboard a few weeks ago, and we had a big corporate meeting over there on Sunday. The district manager there that manages 5 stores. I normally go to the one on Shelbyville Road, but he's got 5 other stores. Just look them up. If you go to any of the Louisville metro area Blaze Pizza, make sure to give him a shout out. Say hi. Carrabba's Bar and Grill. That impressed Disco last time he was on our show. He said, man, y'all got Carrabba's? I said, yeah, we do. And then, but the Fish House is a local establishment here that has 3 locations in the Louisville metro area. And man, you want some damn good fish, go to the Fish House. They are very, very good. So we try to have whatever. I need another barbecue place back in here again is what I need. And I'm also going to be in talks because Jimmy John's is a subdivision of Arby's. And I'm thinking about talking to the people at Jimmy John's, maybe get them on here. But real quickly, PayPal owns, they do, Randy, Macho Man Satterley. They certainly do. We're going to get into donations here in a little bit and then talk to Disco about what all he's got going on, anything that he wants to promote. This show is entitled tonight, Ask Disco Anything. It is a members-only show, members only, to keep the tripe and the trolls out and to keep people that just waste our time and just want to be freeloaders. Some people focus on views and subs and all that. Well, I like subs, but only the ones that the shops have. We want people over here that want to help people, and that's what we're doing tonight. But before we get into that, I've got a special surprise guest tonight that I teased y'all about, who I've had in the green room way too long listening to me kiss the ass of our sponsors, which is what we do. Ladies and gentlemen, I promised you the biggest name in the wrestling business tonight, and we're about to bring him in. Ladies and gentlemen, not one of the biggest names in the wrestling business, the biggest name in the wrestling business, John Cena Senior, here to help us raise money tonight. Mr. Cena, sorry to keep you in the green room so long. I was rambling on so long that I forgot you and Disco were here.
Wow. First of all, you slight one of the biggest stars of professional wrestling, Disco Inferno. And then you have
I did slight him a little bit.
Green room, which is horrible. No food, no
catering.
Wow.
All these sponsors, and there's no food in the green room. What the hell, right?
I don't know. If I were Disco, I think Disco and I are going to hook up sometime. Go to the Kowloon over there and
go to Kowloon's, yeah,
and get some good Chinese food. I've got
your son's got about $8 million worth of memorabilia hanging up down there. Last count I heard,
8 million. I don't know if it's 8 million, but
it's up
there.
I
guess The Rock comes in a very close first.
I am honored to have you two on the show tonight because I did not know this. You two apparently have never met.
Myself
and John Cena Senior, Disco Inferno, aka Glenn Gilberti.
Nice.
John Cena Senior.
Did you used to go see your son wrestle a lot?
Did I go see my son wrestle a lot?
Yeah.
Never.
He was like in like
I tried to make every match I possibly could. When I had my greatest part was being able to work with my son when I was in the WWE, and we had that little bit of a feud going with Randy Orton, and then again with Edge.
That guy.
Yeah,
that guy. Maybe he'll make it one day. Randy Orton.
Randy, you got to give Randy a lot of credit, and I do. I think in his younger days, he was just something unleashed, the Kraken. Now I think he's kind of stabilized.
He's figured it out.
Who was John? Who was your kid a fan of growing up?
I would have to say that when John would talk about professional wrestling, Hulk Hogan was one of the individuals that he would always speak about. So I guess,
which a lot of people of that age probably did.
Yep, I would think that Hogan was one of the things that he spoke about. I know he had one of those Hulk Hogan stretchy things, and I guess the second guy he would look up to, and that's only because it was one of my favorites in professional wrestling, was the late great Bruno Sammartino.
And he was a big deal in the Northeast, New York, Boston, all up through the Northeast, I assume. Not that he wasn't down here, because whenever we heard the name Bruno Sammartino, we knew it was a big deal. But I was raised on Memphis wrestling, and then I found out about Bruno much later.
Well, you always knew about Bruno Sammartino because he was always ranked very high in the wrestling magazines.
Yeah, you'd see him in the magazines, exactly.
Right, like number 1 or number 2. You know, like he always be best baby face. But whatever these.
And I was a huge collector. I was a huge collector of the magazines back then. I remember walking up to the
scientific wrestler was what they called them back in those days.
Yeah,
they were the rule breakers and the scientific wrestlers in the magazine.
I was a huge collector of the magazines back in the day because that's when I knew Jerry Lawler was a big deal, because we just thought it was local Memphis wrestling here, broadcast on Channel 41 or Wave 3 in Louisville. But you go to the stores and you'd see Lawler, Briscoe, Sammartino, Hogan, whoever at the time, ranked in the top 10. And if Lawler was in the top 10, man, I thought that was a big deal. And if he cracked top 5, look out. But normally it was the top 10. You know, Memphis wasn't quite getting the respect back then that eventually it got. But yeah, the magazines, man, that's how you knew who everybody was. Ric Flair, obviously. Uh-oh. Is that the police coming to get me or the fire department? Well, yeah, who knows?
It's you, bro.
Who knows? We have a special thing we're doing tonight. This is the first time we've ever done this, is that anybody tonight that donates $75 or more to help Eunice's family with their medications and treatment needed for her mother, who had the stroke, in case you could not hear Eunice's video very well or knew what was going on. Anybody that donates $75 or more, this show tonight is entitled Ask Disco Inferno Anything. Well, as long as John Cena Senior wants to hang around, you can ask him a question too. But if you donate $75 or more, we'll make arrangements to get a joint link sent to you, and you can pop in here long enough to ask a question. Anything you want. No questions are off topic, right, guys? Except about their sex.
Not that they're going to get answered.
Get into that.
That doesn't mean the questions will be answered. You can ask.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're going to answer them. It don't mean they're going to answer them. We never promised that.
I'll answer whatever question.
Just give a nod.
We just said. So you're saying it was money is why you didn't come out to That's the Way I Like It, Get Down Tonight, and I'm Your Boogeyman, is what you're telling me. The tightwad turners you all used to call him wouldn't spend the money.
Those are licensed.
Well, they were. I didn't say they weren't.
Just demon.
I'll tell you one career that got derailed a little bit. God dang, I'm trying to think. Was it Flash Funk when they were bringing out to Give It to? Was it Give It to Me, Baby? They were bringing him out to. And
maybe it's kind of funny if you think about it. Like people, I was wondering the other day. There was like you see lists all the time on. People post lists, and they're listing like the top entrance songs of all time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like
Taker's
forget,
got to be up there.
Well, not really if you think about it from this standpoint. Okay, like how could you throw like any of these songs off the list, right? Iron Man.
Okay.
Tom Sawyer.
Okay.
Stranglehold.
Yeah.
Freebird.
Freebird, of course. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, well, those are like 4 like the top rock and roll songs of all time.
It does.
Like, I can't see if any wrestling song, no matter what the entrance was like, I don't know how any wrestling song could surpass any of those 4 songs.
Now, did they pay for those, or did they get permission from the music company to use them?
They had to stop using them back then. They didn't pay for them. They were cheating. Like the international
sound system.
Yeah, like right.
And because if you pipe it in, you got to pay. But if it's just over the speaker system, you don't have to pay, right?
which is why you see like all these YouTube clips that have like the Road Warriors will
Uh-huh.
have like generic music playing,
Yeah.
like that they had to voice
So they don't
over
get in
like
trouble.
right, exactly. So they get copyright strikes.
Well, even
But it's
Steve
crazy
had
that
serious
there was
back-
like those songs were back. I remember even when Manny Fernandez and Rick Rude were tag team called Ravishing and Raging, and they came
Okay.
out to "We Will Rock You" by Queen
Oh yeah, I
did
remember.
back in it. Right. So
Okay.
there's like those are like 5 like
Big
A-list
song.
rock and roll
Big
songs
song.
that wrestlers used to come out to back then. So
You know
imagine how
what?
fired
And
up the
while we're
crowd
talking
must
about music, this escaped me today. I didn't know till damn near we went on the air because I kept hearing Ozzy Osbourne's name coming up a lot today.
Yeah.
He passed away at the age of
Yeah.
76 today, and I did not know that until 6 o'clock, I guess.
Dude,
Yeah.
he literally just had his farewell concert. It was literally
Yeah.
like a farewell concert.
Said he wanted to
Like
say
just-
goodbye.
And he did say like days later. He like passed like
There was a quote
yeah.
of him on CNN today. It said that I wanted to do one last show to say goodbye to my fans and tell them how much I loved and appreciated them. And then after that, I can die happy. So, a few days later, he dies happy.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Got to go out on his own terms. You can't beat
Wow.
that.
Hey, how he
Yeah.
died because they said him and Sharon made some deal with the kids that they're going to do assisted suicide if they find out they're
shit.
mentally ill or anything
Oh
like
shit,
that.
that's yeah.
That's kind of what I was wondering.
Not about that.
No,
So
no,
I'm going to start checking donations here in a little bit because we also have another special donation we're going to do tonight. Anybody that donates $150 or more, and they're going, God dang, Kenny, that's a lot of money. Well, it is. But here's what you get in return. Not only is it a tax-deductible donation because we're a 501c3 not-for-profit organization that I was told I'd never get, but we finally got it, and it took years, but we have it, and I'm very proud of it. But not only do you get to make that tax-deductible donation of $150 or more to help out Eunice's family and a few other families in here as well, tonight I am going to give away what Aetna has given me since I turned 65, and they sent me my Medicare card, my Aetna surplus card that covers what Medicare doesn't. I've got $135. I got $135 worth of Subway gift cards that never expire. I just got the last one in a couple days ago. So in exchange for whoever would like to donate $150 or more, they will get the $135 worth of gift cards. So basically you're donating $15 and you get to eat a lot of Subway, however long it takes you to eat $135 worth. Right?
Two visits
What?
at that.
Why are you laughing, Disco? Why are you chuckling over there?
That's just fun. That's a funny ad. Like
That is a funny
135
ad, though. I have to agree.
$135 is a lot of money for Subway. I mean, that's like
Well,
have you
gotten
do
into
2
Subway
weeks
and
of
tried to
food
get
there.
the double? Have you gotten into Subway to try to get the double meat made the way you want it?
I don't
My
even,
son-
there's only one sandwich place I go to here in Vegas.
Okay.
Because I don't really eat bread. I do my
they
diet
better.
is like
You don't eat a lot of bread.
No, I do no sugar, no grains is my basic diet. But on my cheat days, I'll have some of my rice with sushi or bread.
Yeah.
And there's a great mom and pop's sandwich shop here in Vegas. What the hell is it called? Sups or something. Sups, SUPS.
Sounds like they owe you some
sandwiches,
sandwiches
right?
today.
And it's just there's a couple like New Yorker guys in there, and they got this small little shop in there, and they just make good sandwiches, right? Or I'll go to Albertsons and get the Hearty Grain and Seeds Rushcroft or whatever that brand is bread, and I'll go to the barbecue place and get half and half wet and well done tri-tip, and I'll have tri-tip sandwiches, which are absolutely out of this world with a bunch of mayonnaise and mustard on there, and you grill some onions on there too, put some pickles.
Well,
Absolutely
I've
delicious.
cut a lot of bread out of my life too, but then again, come Arby's double turkey day,
Right, and you know what too
got to slide it in.
is Carrabba's bread. Well, I'll cheat on that. Carrabba's has excellent bread, and I just went and actually had a blade, bro. It's unbelievable how these restaurants that you have are places that I still eat at. Okay,
Yeah.
I go to Five Guys Burgers. Right. Well, actually, the last burger place I went to was Five Guys Burgers. Okay.
I'll be darned. Well,
I
they'll
actually
be
had
thrilled to hear that. Yeah. Hey, shout out Five Guys.
The Blaze Pizza down the street from where I live.
Cauliflower crust, Disco. Cauliflower crust.
No, they have the keto crust.
They do.
which
They
is
got
even
that
less
too.
carb.
Yeah.
Nope. This my Blaze Pizza. They don't
Yeah.
do the keto crust anymore.
They don't.
I had
Well, mine does.
just like literally like this. I went there a week ago, And I said, well, give me the cauliflower pizza. But the cauliflower pizza is still delicious. And what's that
It
last
is.
one? The sponsor
Fish House. They're local
yeah,
here
okay.
in Louisville.
Well, I go eat sushi, so.
Well,
But yeah.
if you ever come to Louisville, me and you and my son are going to Fish House.
If I come to Louisville, I'll be going for the Kentucky Derby. We gotta go see the Kentucky Derby.
That would, I've never been, and
I've never been either. That's the thing. It's on my bucket list.
They're about 4 miles from my house, and I've never been.
That's absurd,
isn't it?
It really is. It really is. You literally think about this, Kenny.
They're 4 miles away.
Think about your neighborhood, right? And you're the
Cherokee Triangle.
You look at your map of like if your neighborhood, your little dot in the middle of that neighborhood and everything. You might be the only dot that's probably has never been to Churchill Downs in your neighborhood.
I might be. I might be.
I can't imagine everybody that lives
the thing holds 150,000 people.
It's like the holy grail of horse racing. It's like
I don't think Cornette's ever been. I don't think Cornette's ever been. My brother went once, and he had a disappointment. Somebody got him tickets to Millionaires Row. Biscuits and Gravy Razor, one of the most racist people to ever walk planet Earth. I don't speak to him anymore, but he got to go to the Kentucky Derby, and he got to meet one of his all-time legends. AJ Foyt was in Millionaires Row, and Tim went up to introduce himself to AJ Foyt, and he said, nobody could have been a bigger dick to me than AJ Foyt. He said, he just blew me. He said, here I am in Millionaires Row. I think I'm going to get some respect. He said, I got nothing. He treated me like I was dog shit. And he said, that man was it would be like if I went up and to shake hands with Pete Rose and he blew me off. Right. Fortunately, I did get to meet Pete 2 or 3 times. Doing a TV show with the Paul Horning Sports Showcase. And Pete and I got along very good. He invited me to his club in Boca Raton, and he even put me on the show once to ask a question about the Bud Harrelson fight in 1969. You're probably not old enough to remember that live, Disco, but I'm sure you've seen the film of where Bud Harrelson and Pete Rose got in the fight at second base in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And so he loved the question. He says, I'm going to put you on the show. And he says, I want you to ask that question. He says, but something I'm going to reveal a secret that people don't know when you ask me that question. And the secret is Pete Rose Jr. was there with Pete that day. And he said, what people don't know, he says, not only did I whip Bud Harrelson's ass, he said, but after the game, Pete's son and Bud Harrelson's son got in a fight. And he says, Pete Jr. beat his ass. I said, well, there you go. Most of us don't know that. What do you think about that story, Mr. Cena?
I'm amazed, Kenny. You just don't stop. You're like one of those chatty cat
fountain of information instead of misinformation. How about that?
I got a funny story. So
we'll better tell it while you can.
Yeah, get in.
No, speaking of this, just like Louisville,
get in while you can, Disco.
I'm horse racing, right? So when I was going over to this organization called Deep South Wrestling back in like 1995. Okay, and this is earlier in 1995, and I had kind of gotten a break a little bit in that I was still an independent wrestler, right? I had been to Memphis and done the Disco Inferno character, and then I left and I quit doing the Disco Inferno character. And basically,
real quickly, how long were you in Memphis?
Like 6 weeks, I think.
Okay, the standard tour.
Run for 6 weeks. Yeah, just you're doing
that's how it was.
Right, exactly. So, so I was working for this place called Mid South Wrestling. It was ran by Hillbilly Cousin Luke.
Oh
right?
God!
And
I know who you're talking about.
And like Bill Eady and Ole Anderson were like involved.
Okay. All right.
So I had gone over there once, and I had to drive from Atlanta, and I drove over we were going through Jackson, Mississippi, and I had Bill Eady with me. Okay, we're driving. And I just told him, I go, hey, I got it. Like, I wasn't making a lot back then. I actually was making like $100 for these shows for an indie wrestler. And like back then that was like, usually like in the Georgia.
Probably it was considered decent money then, wasn't it?
Well, the independent wrestling scene for Georgia was like $40. If you hadn't been on TV, 40, 60, 80, some guys give you 100 for going down there. Ben Masters is always good if you give me more. Right. So we're going over and I go, hey, let me go bet on there's the off track betting there, right? So we stopped and I said, hey, let me go bet on the Kentucky Derby because we got some time to kill because we're going between towns. So we're just driving around Jackson, the Indian reservations and shit. Okay. So I bet on this horse called Thunder Gulch. It was 1995, and I bet $20 on him, and he won. At 25-1, I won like $500. Okay, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because we went to a sports bar and we were eating lunch, and I got to watch the thing. I was like going crazy, but I couldn't go back to I couldn't cash the ticket out. Okay, because like we were traveling and stuff. Like I had to pay some kid. I'd convince him that I wasn't scamming him and giving him like a fake ticket. I'd convince him that the ticket was worth like $500, and I said, "Hey, give me $400, and you can go catch this ticket." But it was funny because Bill Eadie had to sit there and watch a Kentucky Derby with me in 1995. That was in May. I just put things in perspective because the story was reminded. Dude, I got hired like 5 months later today in WCW, like right at the end of the summer.
1995, I had just started working with Dennis Corluzza. He recruited me to go work for IWA with Ian Rotten, which is not a history of my life I'm proud of, but I got recruited to work with. I love Corluzza, so he talked me into working up there, and so 1995 is when I started there. So I do remember 95 fairly well.
Right.
Thinking about him real quick, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Well, six months later, I was in Ohio Valley Wrestling. So.
Right.
Go ahead, Mr. Inferno.
Mr. Cena, I got a question for you too. Also, did John play a lot of sports growing up?
John,
Bob, you can kick yourself out of here anytime you don't like the direction this show's going.
I don't know what you're referring to there, sir.
You don't hear Mr. Cena bitching and complaining, do you? He's sitting there like a big star.
No, because he can't get a fucking word in edgewise.
Well, there you go. All right. Well, if you'd shut up, there'd be a lot more time for them to
you
talk.
See him take a breath and then
just
they give up.
You know what? I'm going to do the humane thing. I'm going to do the humane thing. I'm going to give the four of y'all 5 minutes to get your shit in, and that way I can let the dogs out.
You ain't gonna last 5 minutes out of here.
No, ain't gonna happen. Well, the answer to Disco is this: John played baseball and football.
Right.
That was his two big sports.
Right.
And I remember in high school, before he went over to Cushing, his coach gave him a choice. He said, "You either lay down the cleats and do 100% baseball, or it's done." So he gave him the bat and ended up doing football.
Where did you guys grow up?
John grew up in West Newbury.
West Newbury,
Mass.
Oh,
West
Massachusetts.
Newbury, Mass. Yep, Massachusetts. Yep.
Oh, so are you? That's where you're from too?
Yes, all my life, Massachusetts.
Right. So you're all Boston sports, everything, Celtics, all that.
Yep, Celtics, Bruins, Patriots. He was a big football fan. Baseball, Red Sox, who are now finally winning, but I don't pay any attention to that stuff. But he had a lot of fun growing up. He did like sports. He even tried basketball. Wasn't too good at that.
Right. Well, that's cool. You got to play sports if you're growing up in Boston, Massachusetts, rather than area, right?
Right.
Yeah. When did he start doing the gold? He was like the Gold's Gym poster boy for a while, right?
I don't know about that.
Well, I remember he was like before, like the before pictures of before he got into wrestling. He was like, dude, he was like a pinup model for like weightlifting stuff, wasn't he?
Oh, that's because he used to do. I didn't mean to interrupt you. He used to do the Yankee Classic, the bodybuilding competition that they would have every year in Newburyport, Massachusetts. Yep. Right. And so he was kind of the guy with the shaved head, with the dark body and all the muscles. Yeah.
Well, what were because that's interesting because this is like the late 90s, like around that time, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
So what were like? Because it's funny because things have changed like in over my past 30 years. Okay, diet has changed drastically. Like like when but back in the 90s, we used to eat everything. We eat rice. Chicken breasts. Like egg whites were like always a big thing. Like we'd go to
protein.
We go to McDonald's. Everybody like we go to you go stop at a Waffle House. Like everybody would have the exact same thing: grilled chicken breasts, 6 scrambled egg whites, dry wheat toast, and steamed hash browns, right? And then that's like, and we'd go to Outback Steakhouse, and everybody would like get the exact same thing: the 9-ounce Flo's filet, add the shrimp, baked potato or rice, and salad, and eat the bread. And it's like now it's like nobody eats carbs anymore. Now it's like low carb. Stuff. It's kind of like what was John when John was like training? Well, was he like it was rice? Same thing as everybody else back then, or was he
followed the basic bodybuilding diet. I mean, he was eating like 6 times a day. He had the protein, some of the protein shakes, but he was the chicken, the rice, all the stuff that you just mentioned that you did way back, but nobody would ever think about doing today. because we've
Who
all
would cook it? Who would cook in the house? Who would cook the food in the house?
Who brought the food into the house?
No, who would cook? Who would cook?
You're looking at him.
Oh, you were the cook. Oh, so you cooked all this stuff, huh?
I would help him out. I would do what I could, make the rice way ahead of time, grill all these chicken breasts, make sure
you were doing food prep before food prep was a thing, right?
If you don't do that, you're out of luck. You're out of luck, man. And boy, I have 5 boys, so I wasn't just feeding one. Yeah, I was feeding 5. Wow. So it was fun. But that's exactly what he ate. You're 100% correct.
You know, it's kind of funny. Do you have 5 boys? Do you have any girls?
No girls.
It's kind of interesting because people would always ask me. You know, I'm 57. I never had any kids, right? And this is a terrible thing to say. Okay, people think I'm like a very, just being, like a little awful thing to say. But I always thought, I would not want to have a girl. I never was in any girly things. I see my friends like they had girls and stuff like, on football Sunday, instead they have to go to cheerleading competitions and stuff like, and I've always been like in the anti-feminine things. So I just been like so worried about having a girl. I never had kids, but I would have loved to have a boy, or like just if I could have been sure that I would have like 2 boys if I had kids at 100%. Okay, that's all I need. I'm gonna teach them how to play sports, everything. But like, I just never had kids because I was always too worried about having a girl, and I didn't want to. Isn't that horrible?
I got 2 girls, and neither one of them are into girly shit. They build up skills. They're into wrestling. Like they were tomboys growing up.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, my 17-year-old now is a little more girly. She's a senior in high school, but my 21-year-old, she don't give a shit about none of that.
Right.
Choose her nails, build shelves. But they're very feminine, but they're just not into girly shit.
Well, what part of where are you from?
Originally from Nebraska, but we're in Phoenix now.
Oh, you're in Phoenix, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you live on what type of did they did they grow up like learning their chores and stuff, everything? Like,
they around the house, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how kids like run over their parents these days, it seems like.
Oh,
but when you see like parents that are grounded in old school, we raise our kid the right way. It's just they usually come out well. It's just like funny.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, the kids. It's just a weird. I always thought that the late '90s was like when we were doing it. It was just the funnest time.
It was when I was getting into college, and that was some fun times. No recordings everywhere, like. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of shit we got away with, man.
Bob, what was that comment in the comment section?
No, it's just Jana said same. My sister and I were both tomboys, but we do dress and get a little girly. Love the sports and old school wrestling. So Jana is our one and only admin in the chat. She will drop the hammer on
that hammer on you.
Really? Very interesting.
Yeah. So, Mr. Cena, all your sons were into athletics, or is it just a?
All my sons were into athletics except for my oldest. He was the computer guy. He's an IT director. He's the guy that was into the geeky stuff, if I can use that word. He made computers talk. My other boys, Dan was into baseball, football, and hockey. My son Matthew was into high school wrestling and played a little bit of baseball. And my son Sean was into football. And I would say this, Disco, that not to worry about having a daughter and worry about what you're worried about, because I have 3 granddaughters, and my son Dan's daughter, Ashlyn, she is into basketball, hockey, field hockey, and what's that? Soccer. So she's round the clock. My other granddaughter, Noelle, she's into horse riding and I think she's going to be a veterinarian. And Shelby, she's just into being an all-around good person and another brainiac, a smart young.
Well, where's Christmas at? Is that your house still?
No. I have a small Christmas here. Usually what will happen is John will have a big party up for Christmas up at the house he has up in West Newbury.
So did all the families kind of splinter off and start doing their own Christmases? And
yeah, you know what happens, and it's hard to accept, especially when when you have a family and you're tight.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they move away. Oldest son is in Rochester, New York. I mean, Dover, New Hampshire is not far, but it's 35 minutes.
Right.
So it's kind of like they ended up doing their own thing. Sometimes you see them, sometimes you don't. You know, a daughter is a daughter for the rest of her life. A son's a son till he finds a wife. And let me tell you, that is so friggin' true.
There's a lot of
he's
truth.
back. He's back.
I've never heard that before, but I gave you assholes 9 minutes.
Did you now?
And it was a disaster because I was not.
I don't know. The eyeballs went up.
By 2, you bitch.
It's dropping already. Dang it. Here we go.
That's by 10%.
So in other words, y'all saying if I go off my own show, we could boost the numbers over here a little bit. That's what you
I
tell
think me and
me.
Mr. Cena have done that a few times, haven't we?
All right. Well, I have to come back on because while you all were on the show, nobody donated. But when I was on the show, here we go. We're going to read these. We're going to read these in somewhat of an order. I did make a thing tonight where if you donate $75 or more, you are entitled to come on the show long enough to ask Mr. Cena or Mr. Inferno any question that you would like. They may or may not answer. Disco says he'll answer anything. He's man. I had sisters, no daughters. I do have 7,500 kids in the Philippines. They all call me dad. None of them have been stupid enough to ever call me grandpa. So that's good. So the very first donation of the night came from, I guess I better read it. Daniel Lemley with a $25 challenge from Daniel Lemley. He's a regular on the show, donates on a regular basis. We greatly appreciate that. We have, let me keep going here. We have a $15 donation from TC from the NC. That's Tyler Cox from North Carolina. You see him in the comments there. John Mosier, he's not on all of our shows, but he normally steps up when we need help, and he's doing it again tonight. John Mosier, I think from the Kansas City, Missouri area, is donated, and he'll correct me if I'm wrong, has made a $30 challenge tonight. Naughty Nicole, who was in here earlier, Pasta Tart, told her to drop in and say hi tonight. Well, not only did Pasta Tart drop in and say hi, Pasta Tart with a $60 challenge while I was on the show. Thank you, Pasta Tart. You're a sweetie, and we appreciate you. As a matter of fact, I told Pasta Tart she is just under the limit to pop in the show and ask a question. If you're still up, because I know you work early in the mornings, if you're still up and you would like to come in and ask Mr. Cena or Mr. Inferno a question, feel free to do so. John Mosier, you need to donate $30 more. Let's see. We have another nice donation. This one, Jeff Sanford, while I was on the show, donated $75. He has earned the right to come in here and ask Disco and or Mr. Cena a question. He says he's having dinner. He would like to do that in a little bit. $75 challenge. And then here's the big one of the night. We put up $135, which Disco got a chuckle out of. $135. That's a lot of Subway, Mr. Bolin. It is. But $135 is yours in gift cards if you donate $150 or more. Randy, the Macho Man. You remember Randy, the Macho Man, right? Well, not this one, because this is Randy, the Macho Man Satterley, who lives here in Kentucky. And he has donated $150 as a challenge because he says, what I'll do, I will split this. If anyone else wants to donate $150, I'll take half the gift cards. You can give half to the other person. And that way we can raise some good money for these families tonight. That sounds like a damn good idea to me. And the Macho Man has also earned the right to come on the show and ask Disco anything.
So he did have a question in the chat earlier. And since he did donate
Okay,
more
well,
than
he
the
could have
$10
came in
minimum.
that, but we'll do that. Go ahead. All right.
So who came up with the storyline? And this was, obviously for Disco, because I don't remember Mr. Cena being in the storyline where he can't finish his move. But Mr. Disco Inferno, who came up with the storyline that you couldn't remember how to do your finishing move?
Okay. Well, your audio's out, Disco. Did you hit mute so you wouldn't have to answer his question?
Nope. Can't hear you.
Nothing yet. Oh, this is dirty. Man, it's $150.
And we didn't even.
And Disco mutes his mic.
He broke. No, sir. Cannot hear you.
All right, can you hear me now?
Now we hear you.
All right, cool. Here we go.
That was a dirty trick.
That was Terry Taylor. Okay.
Oh God, that sounds like Terry Taylor.
And Terry Taylor, I want to make the record very clear here. Okay. Everybody there still thinks it's still fake news out there in the spectrum. Okay.
No way.
On the internet. That people could credit me with coming up with the Bill Ding character, the evil architect. Okay.
I've heard that too.
You've heard that I came up with it, right?
I heard that, yeah.
That's not true.
Okay.
Terry Taylor will proudly admit that was his idea. Absolutely proudly admit and take credit for it. Okay, and he would be upset that I was the one getting credit for it, actually. Okay, but I will admit that,
there's some news.
Well, there were some characters I came up with that they didn't use, like Artifact and Doug Hole, the evil archaeologists. They never made it to TV. But
for a guy who never had kids, you have the dad jokes down good.
Kenny, how many times? How much have you shared with Terry Taylor? Like, do you know him pretty well?
Oh, not real well.
How about you, Mr. Cena? Do you know Terry
very well? Believe it or not, I just met him briefly a few times. You thought we would have had a closer pat, but we didn't.
Do you know Terry at all?
I met him once or twice, but not as well.
Cornette was real tight. Cornette was real tight.
Yeah, because he's really into these. He was really into these like play on words names. Like, he came up with the idea for Hugh Morris. Was supposed to be humorous, like the laughing guy. He always had those ideas of like those characters that play on words, but he would proudly admit that Bill Ding was his brainchild.
So not only did he come up with all this shit, you're saying he's proud of it. Now that's the scary
part. 100%. He'll totally
that he's proud of it.
Absolutely.
Well, let me reveal something here tonight that you all may or may not know. I've touched on it softly earlier in the show when I talked about Flash Funk, and sometimes intro music can kill you. And I was at Rupp Arena when Flash Funk debuted at Rupp Arena. No, I take that back. It was Cincinnati Gardens. And Flash Funk debuted there, come out with his two girls with him. I forgot who they were, but they were dancing their ass off. And he come out to Give It To Me Baby by Rick James. And I'm thinking, Rick James ain't fucking doing much. They would make $1 million if you had Rick James coming down the aisle, boogieing his ass off, singing Flash Funk to the Ring with the whatever the girls were. I forgot what their name is. And they used that maybe once or twice to where they were playing him to the ring with Rick James's Give It To Me Baby. When they killed that song, a week or two later, that entrance died. Yeah, I mean, it was all right, but it ain't what that night in the Cincinnati Gardens, that crowd was going ape shit to Rick James's Give It To Me Baby with Flash Funk, because he had a bit of a Rick James look to him anyway. And do you remember that era and Flash Funk? But Cornette, I'm pretty sure is the one that came up with that.
For those who don't remember, Flash Funk. Well, Flash Funk.
Flash Funk, not Flash Flunk. Let's not break
that was the entrance. Was the Flunk? That was Too Cold Scorpio.
Not the night I was a Too Cold Scorpio. Exactly. Yeah. Eventually was Too Cold Scorpio, or maybe he was before. But you have Flash Funk, and he used to come out to that. And then to Mr. Cena, who's here, who just dropped in, just ambushed the show. Mr. Cena, how many times were you on WWE television? I actually got to do 2 or 3 shows, but you were in some major angles there for a while. How many did you do?
I believe I was only in 2 major angles, so you got me beat.
Well, none of mine were major angles. Right. I was backstage once trying to act like a big deal and get some kids some autographs from Kane. That was not a good idea. They all got choke slammed. Rob Conway was playing a security guard. He got choke slammed through a gate of a truck. This was at Rupp Arena. That's where I got my Rupp Arenas mixed up at. And then, of course, I got to do the Monday Night Raw show to where we were the main event before Raw opened. And we almost opened Raw because the opening match for Raw was not ready to go. So we get back to that was the night that Brock Lesnar did the 360 moonsault on, if it wasn't Cena, it was Rico. I forget who he did it to. But it was the only time they said in the history of Monday Night Raw that a dark match got multiple replays on the Titantron. So we get to the back and we're told that we're getting congratulations and everything. Can you all go out there and do that again? Why would we want to do that? Well, The first match ain't ready to go. We got to get a match out there quick. We're going to join it in progress. Tag team title match. Go out there, do that again. Change the finish. Cornette's in the gorilla with them. Yeah, I can do it again. Yeah, I can change the finish, right? Yeah. And we're ready to go. So we're about 8 seconds away from going down the ramp to open Monday Night Raw, joined in progress with Jim Ross. And I'm so goddamn excited because I know this is the only time I'm ever going to get to be on Monday Night Raw. And 8 seconds before we're to go, match is ready. I was furious. I didn't get to open up Monday Night Raw. It was going to be joined in progress and all that shit. And OVW title, ladies and gentlemen, this match is still going on. And they had it all covered how to do it. But because that other match jacked around and got their shit together, we didn't get to open up Monday Night Raw. And that's the God's honest truth. You can even ask Cornette. He won't call me a liar on this one.
On this
and by
one.
the way, such a big deal for you guys being here tonight. I only had like 4 of these left. And Coconut Dr. Pepper Zero. These sumbitches are good. And I drink these only on special occasions. And I was so excited to have both of you on tonight. I decided to break this out and drink it on the show. I got 3 left because they don't make these anymore. They're it. I'm the only one in the world drinking one of these tonight. And I'm drinking it with John Cena Senior, Disco Inferno. And then you two schlups and have bitched about how much I've dominated the show
Cheesecake
tonight.
crumbles.
But at least they fucking donate when I'm on. But go ahead.
What was whoa. We get the money coming in. It was silence. It was educational. That's why they sent the money. You give yourself all the credit you want. But if it wasn't for the 4 of us,
well,
you'd had shit in your pocket.
You might have me there too. You might have me there as well. So, but I'm shocked they didn't use you in more angles because you were a hell of a character for television. And I've seen you do some stuff since John is now still pretty much a heel. Do you see that being any detriment to his movie career whatsoever? Because he's been one hell of a heel lately. And Disco, feel free to give your opinion on this.
On which one?
On Cena being a heel, being a detriment to his movie career. Well, fans hate him so bad.
No, of course not.
But because now
he's playing a character.
Well,
what about like you think playing the bad cop in a
he's doing
Training Day
damage?
You think playing a bad cop in Training Day damaged Denzel's character?
No, and 40 years ago, people might have been more concerned about that. But I mean,
but then again, The Rock's doing the same thing. He doesn't seem to worry about it hurting his movie career.
Of course not. Everybody that's in Hollywood knows they're playing characters. Everybody going to movies knows these people are playing characters.
That is about
they literally talk about playing characters. Even when they go on regular TV, they're talking about it in the realm of, okay, we're playing these characters and stuff. Nobody's in character anymore.
John doesn't do that as much as Rock does.
Well,
we're not talking about being in character. Rock will do it right after the goddamn show. You don't see John do that.
Well, Rock's, that's because Rock's so immersed in Hollywood that he just looks at this is my performance, and after my performance, let me go talk about my performance.
Like John's,
there's no like
be out right now doing pretty good.
I think like John's, when John was doing it, like I loved how he clown and all the if you have to use quotation marks when you talk about the wrestling media because it's so it's an hysterical collection of individuals. But it was funny when John Cena did he's just clowned on the media, and it was cool because he was still playing his character after the show, and all these media scrums, all the wrestlers and stuff like to break character. So it was just very funny and entertaining and pleasant when he didn't break character.
Real quickly, I have a message from PayPal. I'm going to save his name for now. I might reveal it after the show. But I got a message from PayPal. I'm up to live action on the show now. This is great. Disco looked bored a bit ago when you were gone, but he looks happy now. I love Disco's work without. I love Disco's work with Alex Wright back in the day, which I did too. Though that was good stuff. Those two together were a hidden gem. What's your opinion? And your stuff with Alex Wright was great. I agree with that.
Yeah. Well, we were good friends too, so it was always funny. It was a good little.
That always helps.
Two dancing guys that have different genres and stuff. If this is and it kind of sucks too because if we were together back when the Russo style of writing television were there were more vignettes, right? Or it was more TV. If we'd been able to do more vignettes as those characters, like we would have gotten over even
Mhm.
more, you know.
Mhm.
But back then it was all you're just in an interview set with Mean Gene, and they're asking, there wasn't like a lot of vignettes, but it was before the vignette era.
If you had carte blanche to change your character in any way, or had your
I
own
did.
say to make your character any better, what would you have done?
I already did. I turned it like a hip hop version of mine because I was hanging out with the Filthy Animals, and I was in the disco character, right? But they were beating me a lot because they didn't have any creative for me. So I was like, well, shit, they're just going to be beating me. I'm not going to go out there with my, like the visual of me wearing my same shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to change my character and call myself the Disco Inferno. So I did, like, you remember like Cisco, the musical artist, it's spelled SICQO.
Yeah.
So I changed my name to DISQO. And like, I wear like Kobe Bryant jerseys out there and try to act cool with Conan and all them. Like, so yeah, but I did that for a little bit.
Now this question is for both of you. And obviously I'm biased because I love even those that don't like me. The Batista, I don't know where Batista stands with me. Politically, we line up perfectly. I helped Filipino families for 14 years. You think me and Batista would be best friends? He hasn't really said anything bad about me, but he's never really reached out in any way either. And I tag him in messages all the time. Brock Lesnar and I hear he says to tell me hello every time he's in town, but he hasn't really reached out or anything. But so excluding the OVW boys and the Punk, and I mean, I was so proud that basically the final four of the last pay-per-view is Cody Rhodes, John Cena, Randy Orton, CM Punk. CM Punk and I line up pretty good on a lot of stuff, but some days we were good, some days we were bad. That's just kind of how it is in wrestling, I guess.
Well, he's very opinionated.
Well, go figure. Who am I? So, I hate people like that. So, I can't judge because I am very proud of those people, along with Drew McIntyre. They got to do that stuff on the Jimmy Kimmel with Randy Orton. I was so proud of Randy getting to be a part of that. Wade Barrett doing a great job as an announcer, OVW boy. But take out all the OVW boys. Who, in your opinion, is going to be not maybe hot right now, but who is going to be the hottest star of that company 10 years from now? Who do you think? 10 years from now. And Uso's pretty hot right now. I had no use for either Uso 2 or 3 years ago. Thought they should be out of the company. Well, I didn't evaluate that talent too good. Not with Jey Uso. Jay's pretty goddamn hot. LA Knight, very, very hot. I thought they almost perfect.
Yeah, but we're talking. You said 10 years from now, right? You said 10 years from
10 years from now. Who's the
10 years from now?
Yeah, who's the hot 10 years from now? And from the female division, you would have to think the who's the female champion, the blonde that's so hot right now.
Tiffany.
You have to think Tiffany's going to be pretty big 10 years from now.
Yeah. Well, plus too. So here's the thing. So Tiffany will be great 10 years from now because she'll be like in the Charlotte Flair spot.
Yeah, she's only going to be like 33 or so.
So she'll be the seasoned veteran that's probably had the belt like 7 times and stuff. She'll be one of those, right?
Yeah.
I think Carmelo Hayes, because I've just been very impressed with everything the guy's done. Very impressed. He looks great. He cuts good promos and he works good. And plus, wrestling's trending towards smaller guys.
Okay.
That's just a thing. And so my point is 10 years from now, like his size won't really make a difference. Because brother, the champions have gotten smaller and smaller and smaller over the years. Back in the day.
Yeah. From back in the day.
I think 10 years from now, just your acting quality and your personality is just going to go like.
LA Knight's not a huge guy, and he's pretty over right.
Yeah, but he's going to be 50 years older.
He will be 50, but 10 years from now, probably not. Yeah,
no, he's hot. I'm definitely
not a big guy.
They should be getting every ounce of value that you can out of this guy right now because
some
of these guys are getting up there in age, and he's hot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they cool him off every now and then. He stays warm enough to where they put him, they ignite a match on him, and he gets hot again.
Yeah, and Mr. Cena Senior, Randy Orton still looks like gold. I worked with him 26 years ago. He still looks like gold. I saw him, no offense to Cody Rhodes, I saw them doing a promo together here a few weeks ago, and I sent Randy the screenshot on his phone and go, no offense to Cody, but it looks like a man versus a child.
Yeah.
Look at Randy standing next to Cody, who Disco, if we're picking a fight, who the hell is going to pick Cody in that fight with Randy?
Dude, it's
Not me.
I mean, it really is fascinating how, if you look at like anomalies that have happened in professional wrestling, like things that should have happened, right?
Mhm.
Dude, when I broke in back in, I remember my first. Have I told you this story about my first day of work at WCW? I think I probably have, but I don't know. Mr. Cena, I haven't heard it.
Tell it again because I'm old and I forget shit.
My first day of work, I'm walking in, and Paige had helped me get a job there. He's a friend of mine. I'm walking in the building, and then we're going to the center stage theater. So I park, and I'm walking down. I'm walking in, and Paige's meeting me at the front. Like he's walking through. We're cross paths. He's got this bright-eyed look on his face. He goes,
"Was he a friend of yours before you got hired?"
Yes. He's the one that actually kind of helped me a little bit.
Okay.
And, he was a facilitator because he was friends with Bischoff. So he would, his word was worth a lot because he could get you like a look, Him and Terry Taylor ended up getting me a trap. So basically, I go the first day and Paige comes up with this wide-eyed look on his face. He goes, "Bro, did you just see that?" I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Orndorff just kicked the shit out of Vader." It was that day that Orndorff beat up Vader in the locker room. I walk in, Vader's sitting on this chair with this ice pack on his face. His face looked like like a what do you call when you poison ivy, like your face blew up red, like all puffed up and stuff. And Orndorff said he didn't even have any shoes on. It was like barefoot. He had like flip flops on and stuff. So this is my first day at work. That I see that they're squaring that away, and I'm just walking around introducing myself to everybody.
How old are you?
And like, how old am I here? 27 maybe, I think.
Okay, all right. That's when I started. 27.
27. Yeah, I was.
I'll be damned.
It was the end, the middle of.
So we both started late, really.
It was the middle of '95, and I remember because I turned 28, and I'm into Scorpio November, baby. So then I start like shaking these guys' hands, like Rick Rude, bro. It's like this locker room was grown ass men with big forearms, big hands, like they're shaking your hands, and I'm like, and dude, I'm like, I'm not small, but I'm not like the land of the giant. I was like 5'11", 220 pounds.
Okay.
I wasn't all gassed up like like these guys were, but I was decent size, right?
Yeah.
But I was just like, I grew up in the suburbs of Marietta, Georgia. Went to college and stuff. I'm getting here like
I lived in Marietta, Georgia. Are you sure I'm the same person? I'm
looking at these big ass guys, these professional wrestlers, these big and bro, the first day I show up to work, they're beating each other up in the locker room. And I'm so sad. I'm thinking to myself, Jesus,
it's a scary environment.
I haven't been in a ton of fights growing up. I feel like that, like if I go with my son, do I have to declare I'm in an unsafe work environment or something?
Hey, Disco.
Like,
Disco. Yeah. I had been in a few fights growing up as a kid in LaGrange, Kentucky, but whoever's ass I was whipping in LaGrange wasn't in that locker room.
Right.
I would not have wanted any of that.
And it's crazy because these days, like I'm an average size guy, and back then, it was perfect size because you could work with the 6'4", 260 guys if you were 5'11", 220, and you could work with the cruiserweights. So like the middle of the road guys, I was a good mid card town because I could work with whoever, right? But the funny thing is like today, it's like when I go to shows or been in locker rooms and everything, dude, it's hard pressed to find like one guy that looks like physically bigger than me. Like there's a decent size. You go to indie shows, like everybody's small.
Not a lot of takers and Hogans.
Everybody's small. Like there's no days. like wrestling turned into like this weird, like it used to be a grown man, big guy sport, like genre into this like this. Where they're just letting like anybody that could do any moves or acrobatics or like, and like the locker room is just like so completely different because guys are just on their phones and playing video games.
Probably a lot of that. Shelton Benjamin was a huge video game player. He used to come over and play video games with my kid all the time. And Chris beat him the first 2 or 3 times, and then after that, Shelton owned his ass. Shelton was a master video gamer.
I mean, think about this locker room. We had Kurt Hennig, Rude.
Yeah,
the Steiner brothers.
Oh God,
Luger, Mike Enos, and Mike.
I remember him.
The big boss man.
Oh shit, yeah, Ray Traylor.
Dude, it's just like all big like there were so many big guys in the locker room. Like, and like
Cobb,
you kind of felt
Cobb County,
intimidated,
right? For Ray Traylor, Cobb County,
right? From the Department of Corrections in Cobb
Department
County,
of Corrections.
Georgia. And how much did he weigh?
302?
357 pounds. Remember?
357. Okay,
I used
thought
to
it
do.
was
Do you want to hear my? Do you want to hear my Howard Finkel announcement of the Big Boss?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
From the Department of Corrections in Cobb County, Georgia, weighing 357 pounds, the Big Boss Man.
I did not have his weight. You got me on the weight. I have a boss man story real quick because the show's about me and all. Boss man, I meet him in the back of the Louisville Gardens. It's at a Monday Night Raw. Cornette couldn't make it. Probably got suspended over something. I don't know. But Cornette's not there. Boss man says, no, I don't think Cornette's working with WWE yet. But I'm there, and Boss Man is there with the Cobb County gimmick. I meet him out back. He says, man, you still got contact with Cornette? Because Boss Man worked with us in Smoky Mountain. I said, yeah. I said, all the time. I said, what can I do for you? He said, you got his phone number? So I pull out it was the Humana. I pull out my Humana business card because that's who I was working for. So it had to have been 95 or before. Write down Cornette's phone number on the back of my business card and hand it to Ray. He puts it in his pocket. He goes out and it's when they were taping 3 Raws a night. You remember those days? Okay, so towards the end of the night, he's in like the 3rd hour main event. And he's wrestling with my business card in his pocket. It comes out during the match with Cornette's phone number on it. He realizes he's lost it, reaches down in the match, picks up the card with Cornette's number on it with my business card, puts it back in his pocket, and just goes back to working. So my business card made a Monday Night Raw somewhere around 1994, 1995. Yeah.
Oh, Monique is calling.
Monique. Yep, she's
Monique, get her name right. Put a little respect on that name.
Strumming the guitar that I bought her.
Oh, did you buy her a guitar?
Yeah, she wants to learn how to play the guitar. So
well, we didn't have the Honky Tonk Man on tonight. We could have had him give her a few lessons.
When was the last time the Honky Tonk Man's been on your show?
Honky Tonk Man has not been on in a little while.
You know what's so crazy too? Like I was working the Indies
greatest
for
Intercontinental
years.
Champion of all time, by the way. So he says.
I was working the Indies for years, okay, and I'd always talked about how the Honky Tonk Man had inspired me, like my character coming up.
Okay. You
would have thought that indie promoters, like just
disco versus honky. I mean,
on an indie show, I mean, that's so simplistic,
how did that
right?
Not happen?
It happened once.
Once?
One time.
Who booked it?
Some guy in Boston, I think.
Cena, did you book that?
John, he did. It was you, Mr. Cena. You booked it. You booked me in the but it wasn't even me. It was me and Jimmy
Newberry.
It was me and Jimmy Hart against a Honky Tonk Man and some local wrestling coach. And I had to go out there with the wrestling coach that didn't even know how to dude, it's unbelievable.
Was it
that's the only time I've wrestled with the Honky Tonk Man.
You think that would have been an indie must see the Honky Tonk Man versus Disco Inferno?
Hey, the Insane Clown Posse could have brought you out and you'd have just had all kinds of musical genres.
Isn't it kind of weird that I always got along with those guys?
That was my call.
Their fans hated me when I wrestled there. They'd always throw shit at you, right? And I was like, I always respected the clowns because they gained massive respect at WCW. Okay, so they had come in, and bro, we've been around a while. Now they're like using outside people to come into the show and stuff. So they came in, right? And I always I knew how the boys were in the locker room. They did not like it when outsiders were coming in. That's just like the old school thing, they're like, right. Yeah. So I always knew that the boys was not I just know the way these guys are. They're not going to go out of their way to make these guys feel comfortable.
That's kind of how Cornette viewed the Clown Posse. He never liked the Clown Posse.
Okay, so I can see that. Right? I can see you could get the vibe of people. Oh, they're scoffing when they're here. They're coming in. So I just actually. So I'm gonna be nice to these guys. It's funny. Like Violent J tells this story. They walk in the locker room. They're kind of scared. They did everything.
I actually know which one Violent J is.
Yeah, I walk up to him, and I hand him the thing of the Johnson's baby oil. I just put it in his hands and go, here, do my back. so, so he puts some oil and he oils my back. And like he'll tell that story. That's the first thing we do. We walked in the things. So I was like cool to them, right? So they go out on that show and they're having a tag match. And dude, you know, Mr. Cena, you've been backstage. This was a locker room sellout at the Monitor. Okay.
Wow.
Everybody
you
was
gotta love the locker room sellout. Those are great.
I'm watching it. I'm on one of the monitors, and like there's all the monitors are all over the place, right? I'm in one of the monitors with Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit. Okay, two guys that dude,
You'll do it. My show, sweetie.
they're out there working. The kid does the Alabama Jam. Bobby Eaton lays drop off the top work and nailed it.
The Alabama Jam.
The crowd was popping. They were going crazy. Bro, that thing was over said the monitor. Me and Eddie Guerrero and Benoit all looked at each other, and Eddie Guerrero goes, "Man, not bad, not bad." And bro, like everybody was impressed. They were standing there.
There's a man I truly love that you probably knew, at least probably as good as I did, is Bobby Eaton.
Yeah,
Bobby was so good, so nice to be somebody that you did not want to get on the bad side of. Oh, Bobby would beat your ass in a heartbeat.
This was great too, because Bobby Eaton. I grew up with Bobby Eaton. Okay,
and Bobby Huntsville, Eaton, Alabama,
and he's one of the only people in the business that gets away with it to this day. Because I'm big, you know me, I'm big against the thigh slappers now. Like everybody in the mother slapping their thighs.
And you should be. And you should.
It's a trope because too many people are doing it. It's ridiculous, right? Because like I said, back in the day, a handful of guys, hardly, you could count them up 4 or 5 fingers, would do the Bobby Eaton punch. Where Bobby is smacking his own thing, but he's throwing his right hand so well, you're not looking at him slapping himself. You know what I'm saying?
Some of the best punches in the business were Jerry Lawler, Bobby Eaton,
100%.
A handful.
Right. So when I finally got to wrestle Bobby Eaton, because he was just doing he was still Bobby Eaton, but he was doing jobs on the Saturday night tapings, right?
Okay. All right.
But he was still always and they should give him a push a little bit with Regal, but I'm a puncher. I throw a good punch too. That's one of the things I always did well. I love selling punches. So I loved 2 of my favorite matches I ever had against Bobby, like a Saturday night taping. And bro, we worked the whole match around this guy's got a big right hand, and I'm scared. And it's like both of us were like, but we had like a fight. Yeah. It was a good each match we're both punching and selling it. And I'll never forget them. Those are 2 of my favorite matches, just because I get to be growing up with them and selling his punches for him and everything. It looked pretty good.
But on top of that, wasn't he just the nicest guy in the world?
Super nice guy. Super nice.
And no, I loved Bobby with a passion. He come here and was one of the trainers for OVW back in the day, and was just so sweet and so kind. My son loved him to death. I remember I did an appearance in Memphis. They were kind enough to invite me down there for their Hall of Fame, even though I technically never worked Memphis. I just grew up around the thing, but they invited me down there. And Bobby was there, and Bobby spent more time with my son than he did me. He loved my son with a passion, and they were just best. Well,
that's the thing. And that's the thing too about Bobby Eaton is that the wrestling fans would never really, wrestling fans don't look at Bobby Eaton's body work and think like, wow, this guy was great. But in that locker room, when you're behind the curtain, bro, the 2 guys that everybody agreed, okay, like you can hear all the smart mark community talk about who the best wrestlers like Flair or Steema. Bro, everybody in that locker room thought that Bobby Eaton and Brad Armstrong were by far the 2 best workers.
Brad was pretty good too. I worked with him a little bit in Smoky Mountain. He's pretty damn solid.
Excellent. And
that name would not have come to mind had you not mentioned it tonight. But now that you mention it, I agree with you.
You work those guys, dude. It was scary how light Brad Armstrong was when I worked with him.
Oh my God!
He was
really?
Just so, and he looks.
Well, so, Bobby was the same way. Bobby looked like he's killing you.
That's why the boys loved working with guys like that
because you weren't going to get hurt,
and it looks great. Their work looks fantastic.
Looks great, and you're not going to get killed.
It's an easy night. It's like so everybody always looked at those 2 guys as like the 2 best workers by far. Oh my God, I got Brad tonight. Oh, awesome, I got Bobby. It was like so. Yeah, it was
okay. Now, who did Naomi run in on in WWE the other day? Naomi ran because it looked brutal.
Jade Cargill.
Jade Cargill. It looked like they were killing each other, and I heard, maybe they were.
Dude, let me tell you something. I brought this up.
Don't ever call me dude.
Okay, I'm sorry. Jade Cargill and Naomi. Okay, their brawling is by far the best in the business. There's not even a close second. They fight better than the guys. I did too. And I posted, I go, bro, we're talking about all these 5 and 6 star matches and stuff.
Oh,
bro,
the 6-star.
They can't even have a confrontation that looks as realistic as Jade Cargill and Naomi.
No,
because bro, they're killing each other.
For both of them. I'm going shit.
No, it looks great. I'm telling you that is going to elevate
each other. But that's the art of professional wrestling is to be able to work each other and not kill each other because you got to work 5 more nights this week.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to say the funny thing is, like, everybody says, well, Jade Cargill, she's terrible. I go, well, how come I'm watching the show and it looks like she's fighting for real and wrestling's supposed to look real?
I love Jade Cargill. That's one to me.
She's so bad. Why does she look so real in the
that's to me.
What I always say.
10 years from now, Jade Cargill better be one of the biggest stars in the damn wrestling business.
Yeah.
Male or female, in my opinion. Jade,
she's still, wrestling's changed.
She can get better, let's face it, but my God, all the basics are there. Well, not everybody's born with everything she's got.
Well, this girl's already a star, though.
Of course.
There's so much like the WWE has so much of a footprint on all the
married to Brandon Phillips, former Cincinnati Red, Atlanta
former
Raven.
Cincinnati
I think
Red,
Brandon's a Georgia boy too, right?
I think so. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I've Brandon Phillips was actually. This shows you how long I've been playing fantasy sports.
Oh God!
Brandon Phillips was a very high-ranked second baseman for a few years. He had great numbers for the Reds a couple times.
With the Cincinnati Reds. Oh, Brandon was one of my favorite players. He got involved in one of the great fights in Cincinnati that ended up in the netting behind home plate, and Brandon Phillips was at the thick of it. Yeah. Oh, Google that. You'll want to see this. Brandon Phillips was throwing down, man.
Let me see here,
Mr. Cena. How many? Now, I think we've talked about this before. You're not even necessarily a Red Sox fan, but how many Red Sox games have you ever been to?
3.
It's about like me and Disco talking about the Kentucky Derby. Bob, how many Dallas Cowboy games have you been to?
2.
Is there anything big going on in Phoenix?
The Suns, the Cardinals. The Diamondbacks. Now there's nothing big going on in there. You're on mute. We're not hearing you, Jason.
I tell you what, Suarez is kicking ass, a former Cincinnati Red third baseman kicking ass, and he's with Arizona now.
Yeah.
I think no.
Dude, Brandon Phillips in the year 2007, okay?
All right, here
he played almost all the games, played 158 games, okay?
That's a lot. That's a lot of the games. That's all but 4.
He batted 288. Okay. He had 107 runs, 30 homers, 94 RBIs, and 32 stolen bases.
I did not remember he cracked 30 homers. Holy shit! Not even I remember that.
This guy was a monster player back then.
He was.
I forget how good he was.
Oh, I remember Brandon was no easy out, and that's Jade Cargill's man.
I think those stats right there would have made him the second best second baseman in baseball last year.
Probably.
If they had those, yeah.
Mr. Cena, how long have you and Monique been together? Because that's a lengthy relationship going on there.
Do you want me to tell him, Mo? All I know is I hear plunk, plunk. That's a sign right there.
She normally comes in and flirts with me on most of the shows. Why am I not getting any little wink action tonight?
She's probably not appropriately dressed.
Well, that's more the reason to come on the show. We need all the help we can get.
Well, if we get more donations.
Doesn't stop Bob. He's not appropriately dressed, and here he is.
Beatles. Tonight's brought to you by the Beatles.
Mr. Cena, is she hounding you to leave? Is she wanting you to go night-night?
She's looking. Well, I don't go to. You know what time I go to bed.
But I do because you and I chat very late into the evenings. And you're not on West Coast time.
Yeah. No.
See, me and Disco chatting. It's early for Disco. He ain't gone to bed yet.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I'm getting the signal that it's time to say aloha.
All right. Well, I'm going to play the role of Sparky Anderson. I'm going to give you the hook and allow you to go with Monique. Just tell her I only wish it were me. And remind her I'm a couple years younger. And probably no more stamina. I think you get around better than I do, though. So she better stick with you.
Oh, yeah.
At 81, I'm doing all right.
It's no upgrade to come to me. So tell her to go ahead and keep the biggest name in pro wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, John Cena Senior has been ordered to bed by his lady, and I don't blame him. Thank you for popping in tonight, Mouse. I really appreciate it. Thank you for helping us raise some money here tonight.
Well, thank you for allowing me to.
Oh, by the way, before you go, real quick, one of my dear friends who's an independent wrestler around here, he always said he wanted to wrestle in the worst way, and that's exactly how he did it. Cameron Forsyth, the Cole County Crusher, has donated finally tonight $50 to the cause tonight. And he's a huge disco fan. He loves Cena. He loves Orton. And he says this has been a great show. So Cole County, I got your shit in for you. Cole County Crusher, a.k.a. Cameron Forsyth, big disco fan, big Cena fan. And he just thinks it's amazing that me and Randy Orton chat once a week. I said I worked with the man. I worked with the man for 3 years at Ohio Valley Wrestling. He gave me his cell phone number. Of course, we chat every now and then. Now, Vince Russo, do you still work with Russo from time to time, Disco?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Why does Vince Russo hate me so bad?
Why does he hate you?
I'm asking you. Why does he hate me so bad?
I don't know. He's turning on everybody for crying.
He says he loves me. He says he loves me, and he was going to call me the other day, and then he sold a toothache. Listen to this shit.
Oh, no, I saw that.
Before you go, me, Coltrane, Bob, and Russo, and 3 of my Filipino fans that watched the show all had dentist appointments the same day. That can't happen. We're all using dental appointment excuses to get out of dealing with each other, and Russo used it on me.
It's not the Mandela effect; it's the Toothella effect.
The dentist effect is what it was.
Where they're installing our chips.
You know what? I should have wrote Isaac Yankum that day. You remember that character, don't you?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
That's the only reason. That's the only reason the cane was such a big deal. Is at least he wasn't Isaac Yankum. Who came up with Isaac Yankum? Do we know that story? Whose idea was Isaac Yankum? Because I know Cornette wasn't happy about it.
Sounds like a Lawler idea.
That does almost sound like Lawler, don't it?
Because what that is for you? Or no, that's who brought him out was Lawler.
Where'd Disco go? He heard Isaac Yankum and quit the show.
Yeah, I think he left.
He heard Isaac Yankum. I don't blame him.
Because that was like Jerry Lawler's first, his assassin for Bret Hart, wasn't it?
Probably. And remember, he had the bad grill and everything too. Yeah. I mean, they went over the top.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how long Isaac Yankum was around, but it wasn't long. Thank God for that.
I want to say it was like 8 months, maybe.
But Kane got over pretty good. The Undertaker's brother. So,
to be honest, that character.
And one last question for Mr. Cena before you go. We talked about who John's favorite wrestler was as a kid. Who was yours?
Bruno Sammartino.
I had a feeling it would be Bruno, but I just wanted to verify that and get it right out of the horse's mouth while he's on here.
Yeah, he's God rest his soul. He's the man.
Now, so Mr. Cena, can I still have you back on in September?
What's that?
Can I still have you back on in September? Because I got Anthony Scaramucci coming on August the 28th. We're going to have Mooch and hopefully Mark Cuban on to celebrate the 25-year anniversary of launching your son's career. At back then, Conseco Fieldhouse in Indianapolis is when I introduced John to Mark Cuban. And all the way there, even in a limo, your son thought it was a rip. He never dreamed we were actually going to the Pacer game to meet Mark Cuban until they let us in the back and we're having catering with the players. Then he believed it. I said, "You really think I paid for a limo to pull a rib on you?" I said, "No, no. Mark Cuban paid for the limo." And Mark could not have been nicer. But yeah, this is and he still to this day on Twitter takes a lot of credit for launching your son's career. Because every time I give him credit, he says, "Yep, that's right. It was me and Kenny. We did it." That's well, good, because that makes me look good that I got Mark Cuban to do it. But that was his first year of owning the Dallas Mavericks, and he claims that we are his first Shark Tank success.
Wow. Before
Shark Tank existed. So that was pretty cool that he gave us credit for that. And that was his first year of owning the Mavericks. And he said the reason he did it, he said, "I loved your approach, and it seemed like fun." And he said he had a blast. And then eventually the WWE got him on TV. They were furious that I did this without WWE's permission, that me and Cena took a cameraman up there along with my brother and my son, and we just did it. Cornette told me, "Cuban is never going to speak to you. You're an idiot." Well, he didn't. So we just went up there and did it without Cornette's permission or anybody else's, and we just did it, shot the film, come back down, and Cornette, next thing I know, we're all over OVW TV and the internet after that because we got Mark Cuban to do that. And then WWE brought Mark Cuban in to work some bits with Bischoff. And God, I can't remember the wrestlers involved, but Cuban was on 2 or 3 times at shows in Texas. So we all got our thing, don't we?
That's the rest of the story.
And that is my version.
All Bobby would say.
As Paul, there you go. A good Paul Harvey quote tonight.
Bob, how were the whoopie pies?
I'm the youngest one on the show.
The
So
the
Mr.
whoopie
Cena,
pies were
he
so
is-
delicious that
Oh,
I
the
ended
whoopie
up
pies. You owe me
They-
some whoopie pies now that I think about it.
Don't owe you shit.
Yeah. God, we need that clipped.
Don't owe you shit, Mr. Bolin.
Oh yeah, I'm
You
gonna go back.
okay, Bob? You good?
The whoopie
Well, I
pies
guess
were
he
so
doesn't.
delicious. My A1C jumped 2 points.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, but Bob went through his a little quicker than he should have.
Would
I'll
you
tell
whoopies? That's the name of the
Yeah.
shop. They're in Maine, and they're on Facebook, and they are delicious. Oh my!
How do you spell
goodness.
would you?
I'm going to put it in the chat. Woodja, 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 Woodja whoopies.
We're coming up with 3 new flavors.
Which ones?
Uh-oh.
One is called Apocalyptic Chocolate, which has just come out. It's a three chocolate. We're doing a cannoli. And
Oh, that sounds good.
We're going to do a carnival, which is going to be a cotton candy filling with I hope it's going to be a rainbow flavored, like a Kool-Aid flavor in there, so that you get a carnival look with a cotton candy filling. We'll see what happens on that. But when those come out, I'll make sure I send them to you, Bob.
Yeah, it's very funny that we bring up the whoopie pies. Thanks to Bob for doing that, because the last time you and I talked, and I know you're going to deny that you said this, but I'm going to say you said it. I'm going to say you said it whether you did or not. That you were going to send me a case of whoopie pies, and Michigan Mike says I'm going to make a big donation to the show if you will send me 2 or 3 of those, King. And there's Michigan Mike right there. Donated, I think, $35 or $40 on our previous show to help out some people with medical needs. And so, Michigan Mike, shout out. Do you have a quick question for Disco Inferno or Mr. Cena while you're here? And yes, Mr. Cena owes you some whoopie pies, Michigan Mike. I apologize for his lack of getting those to me in a timely fashion. The heat's on you, Mr. Cena.
I knew if they got to you, he probably would never get.
Probably wasn't going to get. Well, that's accurate. That's accurate.
Yeah.
You had to send yours directly to Bob before he got any. You know what? I think Bob paid for his, though. Didn't you order yours right off the internet or something?
I got them directly from the store, and they.
Wow.
Hey,
we
don't do that much over here. That's a real compliment that somebody spent money on something. Disco. Somebody spent money.
When any new flavors we have, I'll take care of you, Bob. We'll make sure you.
I appreciate
I guess I'm gonna have to send Cena Michigan Mike's address so I don't get tempted with the.
If you got any ideas for flavors, Bob, shoot them over.
Boy, the train's got some ideas. I think I can send you to.
Send them over, train, please.
Got some ideas? Got some ideas?
Yeah.
Name me the flavors you had the last time, because you had a couple I was dying to try, but I never did get them because you didn't send them to me.
Let me see what I ordered.
Yeah, because Bob ordered them. I would have had to have reached in my pocket.
Kenny.
Yes.
Didn't somebody was supposed to come after they finished dinner? Was going to come ask a question?
Yeah, he's supposed to. Jeff Sanford, he donated the $75.
I got to get out of here. I got to get out of here like 15 minutes. So.
Okay, we only got 15 minutes. So if you're coming on here to ask a question, Ruby May just wrote me. I will contact you after the show, Ruby. Thank you for watching. Let's see, Jeff.
Yeah. So
Jeff, ask your question now or come on the show immediately because Disco only has 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
It's
flavors
one
I
fall
got
with a 15-minute time limit.
Were mocha. I got 2 of those. I got 2 of the originals.
I definitely wanted to try mocha.
Apple cider, banana cream, butterscotch. Oh, the butterscotch is
banana cream was my favorite. I have not had the butterscotch yet. Banana cream was my personal favorite.
Coconut cream.
Caramel Supreme,
strawberry,
good.
Banana, and white chocolate macadamia. They are all.
Oh my God, that sounds good,
God.
Mr. Cena. You better double me up to a 48 pack. It sounds like
Santa Claus is coming.
You got the money. You got the money.
Santa Claus is coming, but not to your town.
Do you have anything with a blueberry? Anything in it?
Yeah, we do.
I think they have. Yeah,
I thought. Yeah, I thought he did have blueberry.
Lemon blueberry. Is that what you worried about, Bolin? Is that it? Is that it?
Oh my God, there it is. The Cena bucks.
No, that's regular shit,
nice.
man. See, that's
the Cena bucks,
real deal.
Real money. There it is. God damn, it is the real deal, isn't it?
No, it's stage money.
Is it?
I got a pack.
Well, if it'll fool anybody down here, I live in Kentucky. There's a lot of stupid people here. I might be able to buy a few things with that down here.
Well, I have one question, and I'm going to zip.
All right.
Who's going to win SummerSlam, Cena or Cody Rhodes?
Cena.
I don't see how your son loses. I think we've screwed all this up if John
Let's get one
loses.
for a while.
Disco?
I honestly, you know what?
Unless he's passing the torch.
I mean, I don't really care. I like because here's the thing with me, I can't stand spoilers, right?
Yeah, spoilers.
So as a fan, I just like watching the storylines, how they progress. You know, if Cena wins, what do they do the next night? So, but I don't know. I would assume Cena's going to continue to win until I guess they're waiting for that. How many appearances does he have left?
He had 36
till the end of the year.
No. He keep pointing on the screen of like how many's left. You know,
yeah, they do.
12?
12 or 13.
If he's got 12, well, shit, he's done in when? November? What's
Maybe
it now?
more.
July? So if he's got 12, August, September, October, November, out of the next like 16, 17 weeks, he's got 12 appearances. So,
let's say it could be more. It could be 17. I don't know. I
thought it was 12
so
too. Though.
Hang on, Jeff.
All right, so I know that Disco has to leave. Let's get Jeff in real quick.
Oh, here we go.
Jeff
Sanford, you're on the air.
Thank you for your $75 donation. We greatly appreciate it. I'm glad you're on here because you're so much more sexually attractive than Bob and Coltrane. Thank you for coming on the show.
Smile.
I don't have hair like Disco, though. That's the one thing I've always tried to aspire to.
Hey, I'm not sitting over here bald-headed myself, son.
Okay, time out. Quick story.
Since day one, Kenny.
All right, we got
quick story.
Go ahead.
Quick story here. Speaking of my hair, right? This is the worst. This would be the worst thing that would happen to the hair industry, right? I quit shampooing and conditioning my hair.
You told me that.
I just do a 2-minute rinse, like every day. I just rinse it out. Every now and then I put a little tiny bit of hairspray on it. Dude, my hair's never been healthier.
That
when
does
I was
not
making
work
products,
for me.
and whatever. I'm just telling you.
That doesn't work for me. My hair
I use
after
blow
3 or 4
dryer
days,
and brush, and I'm good.
my hair after 3 or 4 days, Jeff is bored already.
Jeff,
My hair after 3 or 4 days gets so oily, I have to wash my hair with Neutrogena. I go through 3 rounds. Once to loosen up the oil, 2 to get rid of the next round of oil, and then 3 to make it clean. And no, I have to, but I only wash my hair twice a week, which I've done that for a long, long time. I used to wash it every day, blow dry it every day. This is natural dry tonight. I just hopped out of the shower, came in here and brushed it and did the show. But no, you and I disagree on that theory. But I've heard people say that the less you wash your hair as you get older, the longer it will last. I didn't do it for that reason.
Seems like it's growing more. It grows more.
Well, you're not
it's mine's hanging in there pretty good for 66, but you still got some years to go, son. Jeff, welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hurry.
What's your question, real quick?
My question would be, who was the absolute worst opponent, and either talent or safety wise, that you ever faced?
Oh,
That's a good question.
Okay. All right, fair answer. And nothing against this guy personally. Okay,
sure.
But
yeah, let's preface it with that.
Each time I wrestled this guy each time I wrestled this guy was terrible. Okay, but Beefcake.
Oh yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
And dude, the guy just forgot everything.
You know who would agree with you?
You know, like
Jerry Jarrett. Jerry Jarrett
really?
would agree with you. Yes.
He just forgot everything. I mean, it wasn't a very complicated match. He just like forgot all the spots, and Virgil wasn't that great either. But we used to wrestle each other a lot, and we would just do like the basic for I just wrestled with whatever he wanted to do. I'm not asking him to do what because he just liked to punch and kick and stuff.
Stick within your
didn't really like to sell that much. Like if you hit him, he liked to powder.
Mr. Cena had to quit apparently.
Yeah, I think Moniz rang the bell on Mr. Cena, but that was nice of him to drop in the entire show like that. We appreciate that.
Jeff, do you have another question?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Golly,
that was a good one, by the way. That was a good one.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I put a lot of thought into that one.
and no thought into a second one, obviously.
Yeah, apparently so.
Harassing the guest.
hygiene.
Oh no, that's all right.
You want to know
I'm
who the
used
best
to it.
wrestler ever been in the ring with?
Yeah,
Who would
who
you
was
think the best wrestler ever been in the ring with? No, I'm asking you.
Just go,
You probably
just
know a
go
lot
quit
of people like
coaching
wrestling.
the guest
Who would
on
you
what
think?
questions to ask.
No, I want to ask him what his. I'm asking him a question,
Okay, all right.
and then
Fair
I
enough.
can answer.
Fair
I can
enough.
give you my answer.
That's fair
So
enough.
My
what-
question is, who do you think would be the best wrestler I ever wrestled against?
Now, when did you get out of the business?
2008ish.
Oh wow. I'm trying to think back as to who was in either WWE or WCW at what given time. The best. I mean, the first one that comes to mind, just because of matches that I've ever seen him have, Bret Hart. But I don't know if you guys were in the same entity at the same time or not.
We didn't have a good match with each other, but Bret Hart is definitely one of the best workers. But the best worker I've ever been in the ring with is Eddie Guerrero by far.
Oh,
God.
okay.
Eddie was so good. Yeah.
Eddie
Yeah.
Guerrero was the best wrestler I've been in the ring with for
Yeah.
just everything he does, like everything. The best experience was wrestling Ric Flair. Because I don't know how he does it, okay? But Flair literally, I've never had anybody do this before with me, okay? But he's got this skill because he's wrestled so many times and wrestles on top. He literally dragged me through the match. I felt like I was being dragged through the match while looking like I was, like doing things. He was
Doing what
unbelievable. I don't know how the frick he
like you
does
knew
it.
what you were doing.
He just positions you. It makes it just. He's just.
He was the
unbelievable.
lead dance partner, basically.
Yes, but it was. I've never felt that experience like somebody that was so good at guiding you through a match. It was like I was like an elementary school kid out there. Like he was just like, it was unbelievable. So,
Did you ever get a chance to work with Ricky Steamboat?
no, never did. Would have liked to though.
He was my
How about
I met
I would have
Ricky.
sold his chops really well. So
I met Ricky a few times when he was an agent, and I worked with him where he was agent for our match with John Cena and Rico in Cincinnati for the Eddie Gilbert Memorial of all things.
right.
And Steamboat could not have been a nicer guy and a higher class of person. My brief experience with him, just as nice as he could be.
I never really met the guy. I met him once. I don't
Okay,
really
well,
recall.
well, there
All
you
right.
go. And
Well,
Eddie Guerrero, by the way, was an agent in OVW a few times where he'd come down and help with the talent. And he was in the locker room once, putting his boots on and everything. And a lot of the guys would come down demand to have their own space, their own locker room, special treatment, and all that shit. Eddie comes in, starts dressing with the boys, and just grabs. So somebody wanted to move and give. He said, "No, man, it's your chair. I'm a guest here." He says, "No, I'm one of you guys. I'm just here to get dressed. I'm here to help. I'm here to work with you guys. Don't treat me like anything special." That was Eddie Guerrero.
I'm talking about cardio.
There to help.
Golds one time, and he was on the treadmill where it was elevated all the way up like a dead sprint.
Who's this?
Eddie Guerrero.
Okay.
I was in there probably 25, 30 minutes working out. And as I was leaving, he was still on the tread, and he had wrestled that night. As a matter of fact, he wrestled Chris Jericho that night. So it was a long physical match, too. So.
Oh, this is Jeff Sanford's virgin appearance on our show, by the way. He's never been on the show before.
Up to tier.
So thank you for dropping in. And Jeff is a nice donor to the show as well. I don't know that he's gotten any of the shit that we promised him yet, but he will. He'll get it eventually.
And I'm actually going to instead of just dying out here, I'm down to 2% battery, and I don't want to just die out in the middle of everything.
That would be rude. That would be rude.
I know. I will thank you very, very much for letting me pop in.
You're welcome.
Disco, it was a pleasure to meet you. I've got videos and stuff like that of back in the day. That old move with the standing on the ropes in the corner. Right. I've got those, and that's all been good.
All right, man.
Yeah, definitely. All right, thank you very much,
buddy.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right,
thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, buddy.
And thank you.
I gotta get out of here too.
How rude to come in here with.
Can I plug my things?
Do it.
Can I plug my things?
Plug it.
Oh yeah. No, get the fuck out of here.
Disco
you already plugged those bullshit restaurants.
Real Disco on Twitter or X, whatever it's called. At Disco Master Gigi on Instagram, where I post my haircut pictures.
Yeah,
that always gets a good response. My haircut pictures on Instagram. You can also catch me at Keep It 100 with Conan and Disco. It's on Believe.com, Spreaker, all the things. We got multiple shows on there. We have a Conan.me, KONNAN.me is our Patreon, where all the content we record goes up on that. And like you get the unedited material and fresh right when we record it. it gets dropped like 30 minutes later, so it's fresh off the. And
Nice.
we do fan interaction too with some of our patrons.
Real quickly, Mr. Disco, and if you have more things to plug, I'll allow you to do it. But real quickly, I want to make sure you hear this before we go. Sorry, I had to leave abruptly, but my dog needed meds, and Mo was being Monique.
Oh boy,
Mo being Mo. Thank you for allowing me to come on, and it was an honor to be on with Disco. Thanks again, and always be safe. Give my love to Disco and your staff. There we go.
Well, it was an honor to be on the show with Mr. Cena. Also, you can catch you. I do a show with Vince Russo called Timeout on the RussoBrand.com.
Ask Russo why he hates me on the next show.
Well, me and Vince have been arguing a lot lately too. So
yeah, what have you been arguing about?
I just try to get all these dirt sheet guys and guys like him.
Yeah.
I don't understand why all these people like all these dirt sheet people. They're looking at the weekly ratings for the TV shows and like,
okay,
oh my god, the ratings are. It's like
streaming seems to be the way these days. It's not so much.
The ratings not. Here's the problem. There's two companies. Okay, the ratings don't matter at WWE.
Not anymore.
Because no, it doesn't. Because they have so much vast viewership along all the other platforms
on YouTube, especially
that you don't have to watch the show. You can just watch clips. So all these schmucks that have to watch a show each week and comment on it, I'm like going, guys, you can criticize the show all you want, but they take the best content. Blast it out for tens of millions of views across the other platforms
in a 13-minute format,
or eight anything. Like you can watch a whole show in 8 minutes, or like the best stuff, right?
Like the Phil Ritz.
I normally see a 12-minute version, is what I see.
To the point that they're maximizing their live attendance every single week, every single show.
Hard to argue with.
Okay, so the number doesn't matter for each because there's so many. But AEW is a different story because they have very low attendance on the weekly shows.
Yeah.
So they're obviously their viewership is not even remotely close to what the WWE is.
And TNA is apparently on the rise and about to get a TV deal, from what I'm hearing.
I just try to get people to understand that you can sit there and criticize the WWE's booking and creative, which everybody loves to do, right?
Yeah.
And make up all these things like, oh my God, what is Netflix going to do if the numbers? Bro, they don't care. All Netflix cares about is the numbers are high enough they can sell ads for. They have vast amounts of content, and they're selling out their like, bro, when the attendance starts going down, then you know the product stinks. But as long as they're selling out all their shows, how can you be critical of what they're doing?
Real quickly, obviously you saw it real quickly before you go. Your opinion on the cops that they hired to be a part of SmackDown on Friday. Those cops. I think it was
I didn't see the show yet. I haven't watched the show yet.
Okay, do me a favor. Watch SmackDown. See the car accident at the beginning and the cops that were hired, and they had weeks to try to get some good cops. Just watch the segment and then tell me what you thought of the cops.
I can't stand when you have characters that are so bad actors, like said, bad acting security guards.
Oh yeah,
it ruins the whole.
I'm anxious to see because this is in Georgia, so make sure to watch the cops. I think it was Georgia. Right. I want you to watch those cops and get back with me, and please give me your opinion on the performance of the cops.
All right, I'll see you next week. I'll get back with you, Kenny.
I love it. Hey, tell Vince I want to come over there and do a show with you guys.
All right, peace. I'll let him.
Love you, buddy.
Thanks,
good.
Glenn. Thank you.
Awesome,
bye-bye.
All right. That was the great Disco Inferno.
Well, let's
Glenn
not get carried away. You don't have to kiss his ass anymore. He's gone.
All right. That was the mediocre to somewhat above average.
Oh, no. I love Disco. I mean, I assume politically that we probably don't line up real well, and I wanted him to think that I just brought him on here to talk politics tonight. But my son loves Disco with a passion.
I thought you were going to ask him about the Epstein files.
Well, that's what a lot of people thought I was going to ask him about. All the
Democrats, you on the Epstein files?
I want to know, why didn't you come out to KC and the Sunshine Band? He was probably relieved that I asked him why he didn't come out to KC and the Sunshine Band. Coltrane, you look so much different when you're not Charlie Wilson. I was wondering who the hell snuck in and took Coltrane's seat. Who's that young whippersnapper over there that just took Coltrane's seat?
Just yoink.
Young whippersnapper.
All right, so this is what I've got for donations tonight. Dan Lemley with $25. TC from the NC $15. John Moser $30. Pasta Tart $60.
Yeah.
Jeff with the $75 donation.
Oh, by the way, Cameron Moron, the Cole County Crusher, he said he wants one of them blueberry flavored whoopie pies.
Yeah, that sounds good.
He can go to Woodja Whoopie Pies on Facebook and
spell that, Bob. You want to type that in here so the fans will know where to go?
It's right. Woodja Whoopies. That is WOODJA. WOODJA.
All right.
Whoopies. Woodja? Oh yeah, I would.
Oh, like what was that? The newlywed game where they always called sex whoopee?
Whoopee.
Like,
when have you done whoopee? Yeah. Where's the oddest place you done whoopee? And the girl said, in the butt.
I've seen that one before.
All right, and then Cameron with the
Wink
$50
Martindale.
$405 tonight.
$405 for the night.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you. I had in my head a goal of 300, and I'd have been thrilled with that.
Randy
So
did.
now I've got. So now I can keep all those gift cards.
That's right.
So no, the winner of the gift cards tonight is Randy the Macho Man Satterley.
That's right.
But I told Randy Macho Man Satterley when he comes to my home to pick up those gift cards, he's taking my fucking ass to Subway because I never got to use one of them. So I'm going to get one sandwich out of those Subways.
We can get a protein bowl.
Oh, I forgot to read. He says, I will donate the 150 if Bob will match that 150 and share my gift cards with me.
Yeah.
I forgot to read that part.
Let's take a look about what I just sent Vanessa over the last week. So
what did you send her?
I think I sent her roughly 7,000 pesos.
I thought she was going to say dollars, and I'm going to say, I bet she's very happy.
No.
Well, you can afford to have sent her that. You're sitting over there on
good.
all that cash and 150,000 a year, free rent in everybody's head, and women taking you to car lots, making your down payment on your car for you. Oh, I'm sorry. A late donation at the buzzer. Jazzy Jana with $10. Jazzy Jana. She said she could have donated more, but Bob stood her up at meeting her in Dallas. She had all kinds of money to spend on Bob, and he didn't show up, so she spent it on another guy. And but yeah, she just did her little WNBA thing there in Dallas. So she said money's a little tight for her now, but she wanted to help out tonight. So $10 from Jazzy Jana added on to the Cam Moron, the Naughty Nicole, John Mosier with her. I think we got everybody covered, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
All right. Well, good. We can be a good help to some people. Takes a little heat off the Thursday night show. And very good. Thank you guys so much for helping out. We greatly appreciate it. And let's see. Well, I guess it's what time is it? We've been here an hour and 46 minutes.
Yep.
And it's 11 o'clock on the buzzer. So thanks to everybody that donated tonight. Michigan Mike, you donated 35 or 40 the other night. We greatly appreciate that. Jazzy Jana always helps us out when she can. Greatly appreciate that. Randy Macho Man Satterley. Come on down, get them gift cards. Let's go to Subway. Let's get a sandwich. I'm going to get me some type of a double tuna thing, probably. And a sandwich. And then we're going to hold Mr. Cena to the fire about them whoopie pies. He owes me a case of 48. Damn. That sounds good. And we'll ship out about 8
like
of
a diabetic coma. It sounds like.
Well, if I ate those things at the rate that I wanted to, I put some in the freezer and I put some in my little chill box, and I try to behave myself and try to have maybe 1 to more than 2 a week. Bob, did you do that good?
I did that good for a while.
And then weakness settles in.
Yeah.
And then
they are now, I will tell you this, they are really good out of the freezer, but they are so good fresh. Oh my gosh.
Fresh is the way to go. Fresh is the way to go. Once you get them in the mail, you got to pop 1 or 2 of them, open it right then, because that is the way to do it. And did we post the site or did we not?
They're on Facebook.
We're on Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What was the best rib? Well, we didn't get that question in.
That sounded just like you said. What's the best ribby saw in the locker?
What's the best ribby? All right. We'll be back here. Are you guys back here Thursday night?
I'll be here.
We'll be here Thursday night. I got to get with Eunice and find out exactly what the total medical costs are going to be for their situation. We do have Cheney's situation. We've already sent some money over there to help out, but we got 3 people that are having asthma problems that need nebulizers, medication to go with the nebulizers. Eunice's little brother is one of those. Cheney is one of those. And they needed their water, electric, and some things turned on. I sent them some money in advance. assuming we would do decent here tonight, but they still need some more help over there. Anna Rose has written me. I have not responded a lot to Anna Rose lately because, man, sometimes they hit me hard. And
yeah, I'm getting the residuals of that.
it's like with the Labrador account. I still want to help Labrador, but goddamn, once I tell you we don't have any money yet, we'll do what we can when we can raise some money. So I will probably forward some money over to Bob here in a little bit to help out Labrador.
She'll never know since I'll just keep it. She'll never know since she's blocked.
She'll never know the fucking difference, will she? There you go. So, but other than that, we'll be back here Thursday night, 9:05 p.m. Eastern. If you guys are back, that would be great. We'll talk about some other shit, but no, very successful night. Cannot complain at all. And so let me contact the people in need and let's get the ball rolling. And thank you guys so much. And we'll be back here Thursday night, 9:05 p.m. for the train. For the Bob, did you get those bangs trimmed? No.
No.
For
Charlie Wilson's Dixieland Appliances.
He's over that way somewhere.
Down by the river.
Down by the river. And
we're out of here. We'll be
Thursday
back on
night.
Thursday. See you guys.
We said good day.
And we said it again.